I used to go out at night with my little girl and try to show her the constellations, and she could never see them. So she did the sensible thing, she made up her own. So this is called Join the Dots. The universe spread before her. She joins up the stars, creates constellations of her own making. Here, the pram. There, the dolly. Creates what she wants to see. Her painting by numbers falling on the floor, its order ignored. A purple sky with yellow trees, blue people walking over the magenta hills. A river gurgles in its sleep. Her head a splash of gold poured upon her pillow. I, the guardian of her dreams, gently kiss her. The morning eagerly awaits her presence. But now sleep bewitches her. She, my fairy tale, made real. I believe in her. Leave on tiptoes. Close the door. Right, when you're ready.
Wait a minute. Oh, I've got to perch up a bit. This is actually the first poem in my book, which I'm going to launch in about 6 weeks' time, I think. And it's called The Water Meadows. It's actually highly edited from a much longer poem, which I made into a prose poem, and then I made it into a haibun, and finally I reduced it to a series of haiku. And this is The Water Meadows. Cross a grey highway, open clanging metal gate, swim through gold ocean. Climb on wooden stile, intrepid footsteps, daisy petals, telltale dung. Squat by green water, tiddlers swarming over stones, nets scooping in shadows, shaded shallows, toad under twiggy elbow, dragon in a dream. A yellow meadow, creatures hidden in dark stream, the curiosity of cows. And that's it.
Right, this is called number 31 O'Higgins Road, Corricamp, County Kildare. It's the house I was born and grew up in, and it's very disconcerting to go back and find it's not there. But the ghost house is still there, of course. I climb a stair that isn't there, stand on a landing in mid-air. Each step I take creates the next part of the vanished house lost to time, as see-through as a cartoon ghost. This was, still is for me, number 31 O'Higgins Road, my world, the universe of me. What was once my bedroom is now a cloud, a window becomes a moon, night and the storm sit in our living room. A bird tiptoes down the stair, flying through 9-year-old me, searching for the light switch to turn on what isn't there. There you go.
Yes, as it happens, it is.
Ah.
It is. Somebody doing some blurb for me for the back of the book said that I'd got a lot of nature poems, which I'd not noticed at all. I've never thought of myself as a nature poem, or any particular sort of poet really. But this is one of the ones that led her, I think, to think I was a kind of nature poet. So it's called Bird. Listening through my horny claws, wing deep advancing through yellow stalks, I hear the worms below gnash greedy jaws. I hear brown beetles crackling through dry hay. Amongst the brittle stems and meadow grass, I hear the hurrying ants that scurry in the clay. I hear my rivals' warnings and their claims. I'm a blackbird, I'm a thrush, be my mate, here's safety, strength. And I send out my own identifier from my pulsing throat. Now I run straight-legged to the hedge to perch and sing my piercing, vibrant note, then spread my wings, fly off with sudden grace. You can only watch with envious human face.
Right, Seneca the Younger, you remember him? He used to always say to me, "For greed, all nature is too little." First the city ate an adjacent town, then put out a suburb like a great paw, belched a factory, devoured a well-known beauty spot that was soon forgotten as such, ate a field and ate another field. The city's hunger, fed by greed, sent out pylons striding across countryside like giant alien beings, vomiting asphalt so that the green was as if it had never been. Its scenic magnificence now only available in an out-of-print 1930s guidebook. Even its memory dying now with old Joe Hart, who managed to make it past the 100 mark. The town he was born in no longer to be seen, except in sepia or Kodachrome. A picture postcard, 3 for 2, in the bright new museum.
I've probably read this before, but it's in the book, so here it is. It's called Summer 1976. And it's, well, you'll see what it is a memory of.
Remember it well.
Each morning we rise with foreign insouciance, casting a cursory glance at the unchanging sky, sure of the beat of the sun, but exhausted by the heat of a sleepless night. Electric fans have vanished from the shops. Standpipes are in place on the east coast. The radio is scaremongering and making promises. The farmers praying and making only hay. The children playing in seas that never were so crowded in August before or after. The end, when it comes, is not a bang, but small clouds gathering on a horizon long ignored, except by sailors and desperate gardeners. Then the gradual slide into normal, damp October, and we go back to scanning the weather forecasts and carrying umbrellas.
Are you a Stones fan or a Beatles fan?
Stones.
Stones, right. That's about this. I meet lots of people on trains when I was a young man, and I'd start chatting to them, and I'd say, and I met this lovely couple all together, and I always say the same thing: how did you guys meet? And then they tell you, and it's not what you expect. So this is called Memory Hotel, which is a Stones song. He burnt his draft card, she burnt her bra. They burnt their bridges. She was always Stones, man. He a big Beatles fan. The only thing they argued over. Took off for all that glittered against their family's wishes. They rolled their own. The war happened on the telly, kicks in her belly, saw the 60s through, saw through each other, divorced in 72. Divorce was now the war, a long battle. He took the boy, she took the girl, hostages to love. The kids hated him, her, it. He ran through women, she ran through men, like it's some competition. The needle gathers fluff, riding the black shellac. Her life badly scratched. The needle falls upon the floor. She doesn't know nothing no more. Cleans herself up, kicks the habit. A health fanatic, becomes Mrs. Jones, unbecomes Mrs. Jones. Now, somehow here in 2002, they do the wife and husband thing again. They're happier this time round. He's still a big Beatles fan. She's still Stones, man. There you go.
These two poems appear on the same page as each other, so I'll read them together. Leaves. In the headlights, no doubt imagining themselves to be the chorus in Scheherazade or Swan Lake, they whirl in disciplined excitement across the road. I cannot repress guilt as I mow them down, these dancers from the trees. The November gale is merciless, and I am its servant. November. These November days weigh heavily. The sky hangs too close. Clocks flicker through to twilight hours before I fully wake. In November I count the seasons left within the boundary of my precious life. I find too few reasons for smiling.